Pressing recording. And we are live! Hello everyone, this is race number 2 of Zero GT Bathurst Weekday Series. We forgot to do the grid rundown, but you should be able to figure out who the cars are pretty quickly. Off the gate, Mark Klapzool has taken the lead from Dave Collins and Michael Magasevic. Don't you wish you were that Red Bull there, Mr. Tom?
You know, that would have been nice, but I'm pretty sure I get real close real quick in just a few seconds here. If I remember correctly. Yep, there it is.
With me for this recording is Mr. Tom Wajs. He's the driver of the number 5 Audi car, done up in Red Bull colors. It's Matthias Ekstrom's car, if you're actually familiar with DTM. And yeah, Dave goes into the wall there, and I take second place, but right up behind me now is Mr. Tom in a three-way battle between the Audis. In behind Tom, we have Michael Mark in the top. He's not the top BMW right now because Clap's out in the lead, but he's the BMW lead driver. As Tom is going to take third place off of Dave Collins there. Through he goes. Still trailing Dave is, well, not for long because I think I just saw Dave go into a wall. Oh no, he held them off.
He's still there.
He held them off. You're going to take second place off of me right there. Tom,
just going a little too wide on that turn.
Being the top Audi. Tom is running less wing than myself in the straights, though, so you see me kind of creep up, but not quite enough without DRS.
I think you do overtake me right here, though, if I remember correctly. Yep.
I think you hold on to it. No. Oh yes, I got through, but I broke too late for the corner and went off.
You went a little too hard into that turn.
Yep. So Tom Wajs in second place. Third place is myself, Michael Magasevic, and here comes Mike Mark to dispose me of that position.
We got Clap way up there in the front.
Jason Monds is in fifth place, followed by Mercedes teammate Rick Martel. Dave Collins has fallen almost to the back. He still has Carl Raggio, Alessio DeBonis, and Wes Stokes behind him. It's a Red Bull 1-2. It's always weird that 2 Red Bull cars are not teammates.
It is a little weird, but we see each other as teammates, and that's all that matters.
Perhaps Clap should start seeing the BMWs as his teammates. Anyways, I'm at this point getting just mauled. Mike Marcus threw on me into third place.
We have all of our fastest drivers tailing you real hard right now.
And Jason Monds is going to be the next one through, I think, very shortly.
Rick.
Rick,
Carl?
I believe.
Yep.
No, that's not Carl. That's Dave still in the background. Carl had some problems.
Yeah, it is Dave.
Carl had an incident at the beginning, I think, with Wes Stokes, which has put him far back. But Carl is fast. He'll catch up, no problem. I do an admirable job, I think, of actually holding up the train a little bit to help out our Audi brethren, to allow Alessio and Carl to recover from their bad starts. But right here, boom, Jason with the DRS, he's going to go flying past me. And there's not really anything I can do about it.
No, because I believe he will make his move on me very shortly.
Well, he's got Mike Mark next up in the queue. And I'm still holding... There's Carl, who's now caught onto the back of this train. The number 17 Audi, red and black. He's trailing Rick Martel and myself, with Jason Monds still to the front of us. And Carl's making his move on Rick Martel. Through he goes. I do believe Rick is running the stock wing as opposed to the lesser wing that myself and Carl and Alessio are running. And then at this point, I'm just going to basically be the good teammate and say, Mr. Carl, you are faster than me. Please go ahead.
Up front is still the 2 Red Bulls driving on their own for now, followed by what looks like Mike Mark.
Mike Mark in the BMW, the Puma BMW. He's got problems, though. He's got one Jason Monds and one Carl Raggio coming up pretty quick. They smell podium.
I do believe this is the lap where they do pass me.
That's going to be pretty quick, then, because you're still fairly in front of them.
No, they were only 2-3 seconds behind me. They weren't very far behind me.
Oh, it's true. It's not a huge gap, but, I mean, they still got to deal with the BMW.
I think if I remember, do I mess up this turn?
No, Mike Mark is the one that messes up the turn and through goes Jason Monds into third place. Mark falls back to fourth place, which it looks like he's going to lose pretty quickly here as Carl Raggio turns it on. Might be using DRS there, or it just might be the difference in wing. But Carl moving into fourth place. Mike Mark back into fifth. He looks like he's going to try and come back against Carl, but...
Yeah, this is where I messed up. I went off the track a bit. And now looks like Jason... Yeah, that's where Jason passes me right then and there. Followed by Carl.
You're holding up Carl for now. Oh,
nope.
Never mind. Never mind.
There's an incident where I go right into the wall and everyone passes me.
And it looks like I will be the last one to get through on you there. Okay, so quick positional wrap up here. Mark Klapzool leading the race still for BMW, followed by Carl, who got around Jason Monds in that whole exchange as well, probably because of DRS. Jason Monds is in third. He was the race 1 winner. Mike Mark is in fourth. Rick Martel is fifth. You are sixth. You actually got out ahead of me. And I am in seventh place for an all Audi on Audi battle. Alessio DeBonis has worked his way up in an 8th spot, followed by Wesley Stokes, and Dave Collins has slipped down to 10th place. We got any interesting action here? I think the most interesting action is actually our battle over 6th place.
Everyone else just seems to be holding place.
Kind of in that part of the race where things are a little settled.
I think at this point in time, this is where Clapp is panicking, has no idea what's happening as they're chasing him down.
Saying
I
Clapp.
see what looks like Carl Raggio. Yep, right behind Clapp.
And
followed by Jason.
And Rick. And Mike Mark. Still, Clapp got out there. He got to lead, 4 laps? Not a bad showing from the Red Bull BMW crew. BMW so far this season has just been not quite on the pace of Audi and Mercedes. Haven't quite had the same level of success. We'll see if that changes as the season goes on.
But it's only been one race, so we can't really judge it based off of that.
True enough, although we can judge it by BMWs hitting each other kind of with a somewhat alarming frequency.
Yeah, we all gave a few little love taps along this track, though.
Bathurst is a bit of a monster. Oh, that's Clapp losing it.
Yeah, and then that's where he got passed.
And there goes the real fight for the lead. Carl Raggio versus Jason Monds.
And I think at this point in time, Clapp is slowly going to be pushed back one car at a time.
He's got Mike Mark coming up on him. And Mike's a quick driver. Actually, he's Clapp's mentor in the BMW team. They're good buddies. Have you seen the Mark Minahan conspiracy theory about BMW yet there, my friend?
No, I have not.
Mark takes it. Well, if you notice the BMW team, he wants it renamed Team Mark because the team consists of Mark Minahan, Mark Klapzool, Mike Mark, Dule Markovic, Skid Mark, which is his affectionate name for James Gill, and he wants to dub Wesley a honorary Mark to create the complete simpatico effect.
Honestly, I would not even be mad about that. I would be all for it. We just call them the Mark Squad.
The Mark Squad. So Carl's still out in front. Looks like he's got a little bit of a cushion back to Jason. Mike Mark has gotten around Clapp for third place. So Clapp is down to fourth. Rick Martel rounding off the top 5. Somewhere along the line, you have disappeared. As I am running in 6th place with Alessio DeBonis in 7th. And you're back in 8th. So...
Yeah, this is... Oh, you know what? I think I may have had a little spin at the top of the hill.
That could
if
be the
I
case.
remember.
I can't recall specifically. Oh, and Dave is getting really out of shape in some of these curves. We at Audi Sportsline have a lot of hopes for Dave Collins. We think he's going to be a good driver, but there's some work to do as he goes pirouetting through the uphill section.
It was almost a good recovery there. It looked like he had it, but then he went in for the second spin there.
And I'm looking back at the front, and Carl Raggio's cushion that I was talking about earlier to Jason Monds, it's not there anymore. The number 2 Mercedes is all over the number 17 Audi. This is actually Jason's first race round with Zero Racing. So, you know, race 1 victory, and he's definitely in the hunt for race 2 victory here. You could argue this might be the most successful debut of Zero Racing history.
So far, I think it is the most successful.
Anyways, Rick Martel has somewhere along the line gotten past both the BMWs into 3rd place.
Oh.
Although that is not a great move.
Well, spoke a little too soon there.
He got there, he just didn't keep it. Clapp passes both of them, and he's back on the podium. As we head into the downhill section. It's a BMW sandwich with Rick Martel in the middle. Some aggressive wiggling here from Clapp. That did earn him a warning from the race stewards, although no penalty was applied. You can see he had probably 3 distinct moves there in terms of trying to defend his position. And Rick is going to miss his braking point and take them both out. That earned Rick a 10-second penalty. Anyways, in the meantime, Rick did not recover well from that. He spun out quite heavily.
No, I believe I came in and had an issue right here. So, yeah, there it is.
So Carl still leading for Jason. Jason going real hard. Hits the wall. And Carl's going to retain the lead, but you have to feel that Jason has the faster car right now.
Yeah, me and Rick did not have the greatest recovery coming out of that turn.
Not so much.
We were both having issues getting traction and not spinning like crazy people.
So Mike Mark is now up into 3rd place. He's followed by myself and Alessio DeBonis, who I'm going to, at some point here, let pass me because, you know, Audi pride, Audi teamwork, need to do it.
Well, and he's got the better colors too, so
hey,
gotta let him pass you.
Hey! I let him have that car. Anyways, I hit the wall a little bit there, and Alessio zips off into 4th place to try to hunt down the lead BMW of Mike Mark. That drops me to 5th. 6th place is currently Mark Clapzool. He's followed by Wes Stokes. 7th place in the BMW. You're in 8th place. 9th is now Rick Martel. What a change to the race. Rick went from battling for a podium to down in 9th place. Pretty rough.
One wrong move and everything changes, especially if we're all staying so close to one another.
In the meantime, Dave Collins is, well, you know what? He's been on the lead lap a lot longer than he was in race 1. Oh! Contact between Carl and Dave Collins.
Carl just gave him a little left tap there.
I don't know why he did that. That's going to let Jason pass into the lead. Maybe some displeasure about the blue flag procedure from Dave Collins.
Either that, or he just lost control a bit there.
Possible. I will say Mike Mark is losing a lot of ground to Alessio DeBonis, so we may have a showdown for the last podium spot here yet. Nothing there yet, I don't think. They're still a little too far apart.
Still a few second gap there.
I'm pretty much on my own in 5th place. Clapp is pretty much on his own in 6th place. Wes is catching him, but no real play yet.
I'm Right behind Wesley there.
Currently in 8th place. Fairly clear of Rick Martel. And then I think Dave Collins at this point is pretty much saddled with the 10th place spot. There's not really much he can do now that he's down a lap to the top 2 cars.
Yeah, at this point in time, I believe we were all just spread out right across the track.
Alessio is catching up to Mike. We may have a showdown here for 3rd place yet. Only 2 laps remaining, but maybe a little something yet.
I think at this point in time, everyone was almost in their finishing spots and where they were finishing or where they were comfortable in.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much seems to be the case. Wes Stokes is catching Clapp, but I don't think at a rate that's going to give him a shot at him before the end of the race. And Jason Monds, pretty much clear. Looks like our winner.
Oh. And looks like Wesley is right on Clapp right now.
Clapp must have made a mistake for Wes to get that close.
It looks like he hit a wall.
All right. We may have some action yet here. A little BMW on BMW racing. Wes Stokes, we must say, kind of the outcast of the BMW team with the lack of Mark in his name.
Mark Stokes.
Wes, your name's legally Mark now.
I'm sure he'd be stoked to be called Mark.
Ooh. There's kind of the unfriendliness I'm talking about in the BMW team right there. Nothing illegal, but Wes winds up getting spun around.
Is right where I passed. Yep, that's right past Wes right there.
Up into 7th place goes Thomas Wajs in the number 5 Audi, number 4 on the team for the evening. And I think that more or less will settle it. I think we're on the cool down lap here.
Yep, that was the final lap.
All right, so our final results see Jason Monds and the number 2 Mercedes take the victory. His second in 2 starts in 0 GT. Second place goes to the number 17 Audi of Carl Raggio, followed by the number 13 BMW of Mike Mark. So all 3 brands are on the podium. The number 48 Audi Alessio DeBonis was in 4th place. The number 99 Audi of Michael Magasevic is in 5th. The number 11 BMW of Mark Clapzool taking home 6th. 7th place for the number 5 Audi of Thomas Wajs. 8th place for the number 31 BMW of Wes Stokes, the number 84 of Rick Martel in 9th, and rounding off the points paying positions and the race, because we only had 10 for this one, the number 27 Audi of David Collins. Pretty good race. Big changes from the first one. I think I was honestly the biggest changer from race 1. I went from 8th place to a 5th place finish.
Everybody else, if there was any major changes, only 1 position or so.
Indeed. I believe third.
Either went up or down 1 position. Nothing crazy.
Credit where it is due. Clapp also went from a 9th place to a 6th. So
this is true, yes.
My improvement. So a good race all around. And we'll be going to the weekend races after this one. Try to get those up for you as well. I hope you enjoyed. And, well, we'll be talking to you in about 5 minutes or so.
Goodbye, Internet.